you would have to prepare your meal without a cooker. A cooker? A cooker? You take a cooker to a campsite? Hello, IELTS writers! Welcome to IELTS Juice. Let's start assessing a letter today. Task 1 for General Training Module. The letter says, or the rubric for the letter says, a friend of yours is thinking of going on a camping holiday for the first time this summer. He or she has asked for your advice, our advice, on how to go on a camping holiday. Oh, maybe preparation and places to go and things you would like to take with you and things that you need to expect to see. Maybe you go in the middle of a jungle or you go sightseeing. I'm speculating. Let's continue. Explain why you think your friend would enjoy a camping holiday, obviously. Describe some possible disadvantages. This is a tricky part. Now, camping holiday is considered a fun activity. Now, to come up with some bad experiences or bad things that might happen to you during this fun activity is not a very easy task to do. Plus, this is IELTS. Describe some possible disadvantages. We are not allowed to just come up with one disadvantage. We need to come up with at least 2 disadvantages. Now, this part is tricky. And the third one, say whether you would like to go camping with your friend this summer. Oh, so if we also can go. Sure, count me in. Guys, let's go together. Where would you like to go? Let's see. Let's practice it in our letters. Dear William, of course, it's an informal letter. I forgot to mention, guys, one thing. The first thing that comes to my mind when I look at this letter is that this is an informal letter. So I need to use an informal tone throughout the letter that I'm going to write. Dear William, first name, obviously, informal. Guys, just to clarify, before I start, being informal or formal is something you need to look up in a dictionary, in a reputable dictionary. This fact is called register. If a word is formal or informal, is a matter of register. You need to look each word up to see if it is considered informal or formal. There is a lesson about this. I'll put it in the description below. It's a very short lesson, but it will introduce the concept better to you. Take your time, take a look at it, and next time when you are going to use a word in your letter or maybe essays or a report, you double check it with a reputable dictionary to see if it is informal or formal. The letter that we are reading right now is the only instance at IELTS that we are allowed to use informal language. In other instances, essays or reports, it's all formal. I am writing to you concerning your question about going on a camping holiday. A camping holiday. Yes. I don't see a full stop here, but there should be a full stop. I don't know. I'm trying to... No. There's nothing here. Firstly, I would think that you would enjoy going to this camping because you would see your old friends who you have not seen, I don't need this apostrophe, for a couple of years. And as this camping is for the first opportunity for relaxation and being with friends, we ran out of sentences. Where's the rest of it? This is an issue. This is an issue here. I think the sentence, I have to read it again, guys, bear with me. Firstly, I would think that you would enjoy going to this camping because you would see your old friends who you have not seen for a couple of years, and this camping is your first opportunity to relax and be with those friends. That would make sense. But this is a grammar mistake. I guess the letter wanted to use some complex grammatical structures. The letter tried very hard to do so, but sadly, it's not there fully. So no, yeah, this is an issue. This is an issue that is now confusing me. I had to change the entire sentence so that I could understand what it means. This makes your grammatical range and accuracy a 6. I'm sorry. Regarding I don't need to, regarding some drawbacks, I like it. The letter completely understood that we are talking about more than one problem. I would say that you won't have any contracted forms are acceptable. Generally speaking, yes, they are acceptable. I remember we had a short conversation with with IDP and in Australia, and they said IELTS is not very strict about it. However, I would like to tell you that contracted forms are still considered informal. It's better when you write for your essays and for your reports, you write in full format. This is fine in this context because we're writing an informal letter, so this is correct. Won't have any internet connection, and electronic devices are not allowed. Electronic devices are going to bring us, or we are going to bring electronic devices to a campsite. Well, with the advancement of technology, guys, if you ask me, my answer would be, yeah, soon our gadgets will bring us to a campsite instead of us bringing gadgets to a campsite. But that hasn't happened yet. I don't know which year you're watching this, but whatever year it is, it hasn't happened yet by the time that I am publishing this video. So we don't let our devices bring us to a campsite. In other words, an electronic devices are not allowed. That's it. I remove this part. In addition, you will be deprived of having a place to rest individually, not individually. Why? This is rather weird, guys. Okay, the letter wanted to show off its vocabulary range. So we have, I know deprive, let me use it. Okay, go ahead and use it. But then the preposition is wrong. The grammar should be passive because somebody is going to, or not somebody, some people are going to deprive you of this luxury or comfort. So you will be deprived. You are the object of that sentence, which we no longer are going to say. We just say you will be, passive voice, deprived of having a place, because it's countable, to rest individually. Or you could say it's not a solo camping experience. You have to share a place with some other people, and other people, correct, are being gathered in one tent. Oh, okay, the use of present progressive can be correct here, because it seems that the writer of the letter completely knows how many people are going to attend, and there is a tent, and they are already planning on doing so. That's why the writer uses present progressive to show that this is going to happen one way or another, so be prepared. I like this usage. It's smart. I don't know if it's intentional or unintentional. I'm gonna hope for best and say this was intentional. By default, 4 people, you see? Didn't I tell you that? 4 people. The writer knows exactly how many people are sleeping in a tent. 4 people are accepted. 4 people have been accepted is better, which could be annoying for someone like you. All right, correct. I love the way I love the word annoying, and I love the way it is written here. Also, you would have to prepare your meal without a cooker. A cooker. A cooker. You take a cooker to a campsite, or the campsite is so well equipped it has its own cooker? I think maybe you mean gas stove, or a camping gas stove. That's what I know. Let's move on. Which is not convenient, you see? I like it, guys. You see the range of vocabulary? Convenient, annoying, cooker. I like these words. Deprive, drawbacks. You see? I like the range. In relation to whether I would like to accompany you in this outing, I would express that it is not possible. Because I have planned to go abroad this summer, which is a trip to France. A travel is a rather big word. It's a big the meaning changes when you say a travel. So a trip to France. Although it would be good to see you and our intimate friends, it won't be possible to cancel my travel or my trip because all the costs have been paid. Wrong spelling. PA, this has to be, we don't need change Y to I, and we don't need E. This E has to go. In advance, good word, during my arrangement. Okay, sounds fair. It's very clear. I mean, this guy cannot come because he or she had already planned something else ahead of time or in advance. I will appreciate you if you allow me to know. The conventional way is to say I would appreciate it if you allowed me to know whether you will go or not. That is a more convenient way. But all in all, that's wonderful. Regards, which is a very safe way to end your letter. 237 is a very good number for task 1, the number of words. Let's look at the band descriptor. Brilliant. A very, very good task achievement. It's the only missing part is that it in the first bullet point could have been more accurately or better developed. About the first bullet point, remember we had a grammar mistake at the end of the first body paragraph for the first bullet point, and that affected the grammatical range and accuracy. And because it was rather confusing for the reader, I needed more explanation. Because of that, it became 7 in task achievement. So I understood the whole concept, but it needed more development. And that was not there because we had a grammar mistake. And I just already explained about the grammar mistake. You could see the variety of complex structures but the complex structures had many errors. The simple ones also had some errors, like in the tense that we used. So maybe in tenses, or in some of the ways that the sentences must have been passive voice, but they were active voice. And the vocabulary, again, I really like the range. The range receives a 7, but there are other attempts to use some other words, and they are not always successful. I saw some errors. All in all, it's a beautiful 6.5. It's a very good score. I really enjoyed reading this letter. This letter was very real to me. I felt like this is not for a test, and it is more like a friend of mine is giving me advice, really, on what to do when I am on a camping holiday with a bunch of friends. I wish you a lovely camping experience ahead. And also for your IELTS, I wish you to have such excellent representatives when you write essays, letters, and reports, so they make you proud. Happy camping!